Hi friends, in this video we study the factors those influence the mechanism of reproduction. There are mainly three factors those influence the mechanism of reproduction. Those factors are, the first one is habitat, the second one is the physiology of an organism, and there are the other factors those influence the mechanism of reproduction. Okay, right. The habitat is nothing but living place of an organism. Okay, and simply we can say living place of an organism is called as habitat. So what is living place? What all you can get here? The organism can live naturally and they can get their food, shelter, and also the meat. Okay, so the living place which is available with enough food, the shelter, and also to reproduce, there will be a meat. So that is called as habitat. Whenever these all factors are available, the organism can reproduce successfully. Okay, right. So physiology, if you consider, it is nothing but the internal structures having a functions. So there will be a reproductive structures in an organism. There are the different reproductive structures in different group of organisms. We know there is a large biodiversity. Biodiversity means nothing but the types of living organisms present in this world. And as we know, there is a diversity in the living groups. Also, there will be a different mechanisms. Why this is? This is because the first factor, that is habitat, and the second factor will be the physiology. Is nothing but it is study of internal structures along with its functions. There are the reproductive structures and those will make a particular functions with respect to reproduction. How the physiology? So if you consider, there will be a gonadotrophin releasing hormone. Okay, so this is the hormone which will be stimulate the function of the other hormones. Okay, so this will help to make a FSH. Okay, the follicle stimulating hormone. Also it influences the function of luteinizing hormone. These are the hormones which influence the sexual characters of an organism. Okay, in general, if we consider, we can say the reproductive structures, how they are, likewise the type of the reproduction, the mechanism of the reproduction will be. And with broad view, if we see, there are the mainly, or you can say mainly, there are two types of reproduction, the sexual and asexual reproduction. Okay, so the other factors, if we consider, the other factors such as temperature. So temperature is the main influential factor. You can say the external factor, the environmental factor that decide the mechanism of the reproduction. For example, if you consider, there are the seasonal breeders, means those are the one which can only reproduce in a particular season. For example, almost all birds are the seasonal breeders, only can reproduce in a particular month of the year. Okay, whenever the temperature make a role, for example, also in the farm animals. Okay, farm animals, there are some which can make a seasonal breeding. Okay, right. So what happens? There are the various factors. Stress also influence how when it has to reproduce, and the temperature will convert the non-seasonal into a seasonal.